All right, we are live. It's Alicia Stringer here. I am so excited. I have a special guest here today, and she is one of my teammates, Pat Brown, all the way from Texas. And so I want to introduce her, and we're going to talk about power of confirming a vision, in which I know she shared with me some great stories of doing this. So I want to introduce Pat. Come out and tell us a little bit about you, and maybe if you want to share one of your visions.
Oh, we're talking about visions, huh?
The power
Well,
of confirming a vision.
no, I was thinking about talking about cancer. I think that's one of my visions because I have just recently discovered some. Uh, it's called essential oils. You know that that's in the Bible. That God planted all the herbs and everything for us to use for healing. And so that's what I want to get out. And I think one of the good ways to do it is with a hangout. And the best way to do it, to learn how to do it, is to do it. Because if I wait until I learn how to do it, I won't ever do it. So, and that's one of the things that you always stress is you just got to jump right in there and you learn by doing as well as just by someone else teaching you. And of course, you're here with me. I'm looking at you. You're not in the room with me, but we're face to face, and you're going to help me. So one of the
I am so
visions.
excited.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say I am honored and I'm so proud of you because a lot of people don't understand that once you have a vision, something to share, you got to go out and do it. And that's the biggest thing, the challenging thing that I know I want to do this and to take action on it. And that's the most important part of having that vision going. Why do I have that reason or what I really love and I'm not doing anything with it? It doesn't seem like it's strong enough, of power enough to that it's really your vision if you don't take action on it and do something about it.
That's right.
And you're right about it. All of those principles are laid out with us in the Bible, and we're all learning about being able to take action on that powerful vision. So
Hmm.
you explained that you have one vision of sharing, some of the oils and the natural ability for healing in your body because you've gone through cancer, and I know Pat says
Right.
she has about 10 more weeks maybe of chemotherapy to go
Rosa?
through. I mean, Rosa, yes, thank you.
Yeah.
And when you're going through that, there's just so much you're going through, and those little things help as you because everything's going, your mind's going, your whole body's changing and stuff as you're going through that. What has allowed you to, as all these different struggles come upon you, you keep a strong vision of what you love and what you share, but how does that struggle help you overcome to be able to take the action part of it?
Well, knowing that you have this, you have this, you need to do it. You cannot sit there and do nothing. You need to reach out to others and help others and have a positive attitude. Because if you just sit in the corner and don't want to get out of your little corner, which I found myself doing sometimes, then you don't progress as well, I think. And so that's one reason I wanted to do this hangout because it's so important to reach out to others, and that's what you do. And this is such a good what's the word to do
Platform.
to use,
Yeah.
huh?
I said it's a platform. There's
Yes, yes,
different ways that we get our message out, and
right.
it's you. My mentor just quoted out today. Use the tools, don't be a tool.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so we here, we are using the tool of the Google platform and of having a live hangout to express our voice and share with those that want to come watch us, or they can shut us off, whoever wants to come
Mm-hmm.
join us, and share with us that we're using the tool to get our message out. And not only that, we can use this tool to put it on a cookie page to help people get inside of our business, in which we love to share our blogging platform, because everybody
Right.
has their own hub of platform that is really all of theirs. When you take and you're inside of the Google Hangout, you'll see all the related videos, you'll see all the Google ads that they like to pop up, and I try to do my best and to watch my channels to make sure I can turn off the advertisements on my own stuff, so I don't have to sit there and let someone wait 3 seconds to click on my to watch my video.
Um,
You know,
uh-huh.
so you watch all those little settings. So this is something that you can download yourself and upload to another server, which Empower has hosting for your videos as well. So I
Mm-hmm.
keep that, and where it will never go away. So something that you're hosting and using in another platform where we share too, another platform to use to share. And not only that,
Mm-hmm.
we go and share it and use another tool and all the social medias and share with our friends on those, which
Yeah.
you're really good at Pinterest. I want to hear some things that what has gone you in your passions on sharing with your friends on Pinterest, because every time I see you in there, I'm like, man, she's just massively doing awesome in Pinterest. I could not get
Well,
hold of that one. You've got all sorts of cool stuff.
you know, I went on. I love to learn about new things. I mean, that was my motto when I was a teacher. You never stop learning.
That's
And I
right.
heard that when you retire, you're not supposed to just retire and be a couch potato. You're supposed to redirect. So there's just always new things out there to learn, and this blogging system is one of them that I've touched on, and I'm still learning. But it has helped me tremendously. But the Pinterest part, when I look up things like for dyslexia. If I come across anything for dyslexia or anything, okay, first of all, let me back up at the beginning. I have a granddaughter who's in the fourth grade, and whenever I find something on Pinterest that I think might help her and would help others, then I'll put it in the science or the social studies or that kind of thing. So I'm always looking for stuff, to help her and to help others. Okay, then there's autism. And when I was researching dyslexia, I found out all kinds of things that it's all pardon me, related to autism and ADHD, and I had no idea. And so that's another thing that I have just discovered. I didn't write it all down as what all I needed to say and keep it in order. So, and I think having the brain surgery sort of helps me be a little bit bouncy trouncy too. So, but anyway, with the
That is
oils,
your story, and it's amazing.
huh?
We just follow your story, and it's amazing.
Oh, okay. Well, with the ADHD, I didn't, you don't want to put children, I think, I don't want to put children on pharmaceutical drugs that you don't know what all it's going to do to their bodies. And you have to watch out for how you have to watch out for their liver and for their heart and for all kinds of different things. And I discovered these oils last November, and they work. I have met two people that one of their grandchildren was autistic, and they used these oils with their grandchild for two. It took 2 years for it to work, but she said the first thing that her grandchild said to her was, "I'm hungry. What are you going to fix me to eat?" And it just brought tears to her eyes, because all he did before was just quote movies and things like that. He would talk, but he wouldn't carry on a conversation. He would just quote movies and things. And so she started using the oils on him, and then he started talking, and he's doing really well. And I want others to know that these oils are here to help. And so that's why I got one of the things that I do with it. And I think this is when you asked me to join you on this hangout, I thought I haven't been brave enough to get on these hangouts and things, but this is something that that is extremely important, I think, to me and to everybody, because it's God's gift to us, and we were put on this earth, and He made this earth for us. You know, so that's one thing that I do on Pinterest is look up things for ADHD, and I was a special ed teacher for several years, so I look up things that might help special ed teachers and help parents with their special ed students, with their special ed children. And so that's one of the things that I do. And then, like I said, I have my granddaughter another granddaughter has an 18-inch doll too. So one day I accidentally, I'm not sure how I did that, put a blog on there about how to make a doll dress, some doll clothes out of Santa Claus hats, only there wasn't anything on there because I didn't know how to do it. So this blog had 400 hits, and I'm going, maybe I need to put something on there about this, how to make this dress. So I took pictures and I pinned it, put it all on there. And I'm trying to learn how to blog as well as in the Pinterest blog setting, as well as through the Empower Network blog, and they're totally different, just with the. So I have found that I know how to do things better with the Empower Network blog than I do with this other one. But I'm like I said, I'm still learning. And so whenever you asked me to do this, I was just real glad. Another thing that I do, I've started recently looking at different essential oils and how you use it. Because if you got a fever, why take Tylenol when you can rub some peppermint oil on your temple or on the bottom of your feet or on a child's belly button, and the fever will go away. And that way you don't have to put chemicals into their body because you've got this peppermint oil, which God gave us, and it helps. It works. So I'm just rattling.
Like, let me tickle you, and I don't have a problem trying to do that.
You're going to do what?
But sometimes when they're hurting so bad or they're not feeling well, they're open to try anything, especially if they're old enough to tell. I know, because I remember when she had a fever, it seems like, just give me the rag,
Yeah, right.
But yeah, there are different things that you can do. That's amazing.
Well, when I was on chemo, I mean, you get pretty sick on chemo sometimes, and fortunately, I wasn't extremely sick, and I'm very thankful for that. But there are oils that can help you with your nausea. They can help you with your anxiety. My blood pressure went up when I never had blood pressure problems before I went on chemo and had all the cancer and everything. So there are oils that will help you lower your blood pressure. So I hope I'm going to start working on that and maybe can get off my blood pressure medicine, So and the anxiety and the tension of going in and having new tests and things like that run. One of them it's a funny name. It's called a Mungo test. And I thought, Mungo, what in the world is that? And they give it to you and your heart goes, whoa, whoa. It just feels like it's going to beat right out of your chest. But they needed to know whether or not you would be able to handle the chemo, So that was one of the things, and that's kind of nerve-wracking to go in there and have all that happen. So your blood pressure goes up and down. And so to me, it's beneficial to have something that you can roll on that says stress away, and you don't have to worry about it. You don't stress out so bad,
Yeah, and that's the key point, is pinpointing what does stress you, because you probably didn't realize that test was really an anxiety for you, and until you went in, you're like, oh, my blood is pumping and
Yeah.
My heart is beating out of me, and realized that was the stress part of it.
Yeah. That was really wild, I tell you. So I kind of can sympathize with Rosa, that what all she's going through right now, it's not pleasant, but you do get through it. And You know, my hair fell out, but guess what? It grew back. I have some now. It's not as thick as it used to be. It never was very thick, but it's not as thick as it used to be. But guess what? They've got an oil for that too. And I'm going to be a
Awesome.
guinea pig. I'm going to rub, I'm going to put this, I think rosemary is one of them and cedarwood is another one. There's several different ones that you can use and see if I can, I'm going to be a guinea pig and I'm going to take pictures and see if I can thicken up my hair. Have
Yeah,
long,
that would be
I don't think my
cool.
hair will ever be as long as yours. You know, yours is long and pretty and always looks nice, and mine's just like thin and fly away. But anyway, it's here.
Well,
What
I
you
just
see is what you get.
pictures and they call me Barbie doll for a reason, I guess.
Oh, really?
That was during my modeling days, I guess. Not that I
Yeah.
really like modeled a whole lot. I was
Oh.
like going to go in a mall and promote something, give away chips or
Oh.
something
Well,
like
see, I'm learning something about you tonight.
that.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that. So that's neat. So you just go in the mall and they'd say, "Here, show this off, huh?"
Yeah,
So
I
you,
saw that when we were in New Orleans. There was some
uh
models for different stores, and they
yeah.
were just standing there modeling their clothes, and that's kind of what I was doing.
Oh, well, how neat.
Yeah, it's fun.
And I tell you what, you're a good driver too. You're going around in all these big cities like New Orleans and Dallas, and I mean, you just shoom shoom, and you found your way around. And I'm going, oh, I can't do this. So I admire your navigational skills. You know.
Awesome. I didn't drive at all in New Orleans, but
I
we
went down there one
walked.
time. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
cool.
interesting. Mm.
Well, that's what you should do. Keep sharing with people too. This Google Hangouts are kind of like home parties now, in
Mhm.
a way where we're able to invite more of our friends that are at home in different places where we don't have to get out and don't have
Mhm.
to, even some people think they have to do the food and make sure their home is clean and all that kind of stuff. And it's really just come
Mhm.
as you are, just get on the computer and hang out with us and share,
Mhm.
our vision and what we love.
Yes.
And you can really do that on helping people, like you said, with the different things that you're learning.
Mhm.
There's so many things that you help with your granddaughters and stuff. I know I have several people um, that I know either going through autism and have kids like that, and just the
Mhm.
just different things that you learn, put them all like in an outline format where you can teach us, what you learn. And that was very powerful to get some people that you want to teach on the Hangouts. And I think
Mhm.
I'm wondering more schools are doing that. I'm trying to think how you can get. My daughter loves the video, so she's right all in there trying to do stuff for her blog and everything.
Yeah.
It blew me away. I said, "Why don't you come sing with me?" And I was like, we were working on a song together, and says, "Are you ready to sing with me?" Says, "No, Mom." She steals the camera, goes down to her room because I was trying to do it on the piano and stuff, and she
Mhm.
puts it on her bed and sings all by herself. And I was
Oh.
just blown away. I was like, "Oh, okay, that's better. Just go and do it all by yourself."
Yeah.
It's really a confidential thing. And
Uh-huh.
I said, we got to share that on your blog, girl. You did really awesome singing all by herself in front of the video. Like, I wouldn't have been confident enough to do that, like, even out of high school. Now,
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
now, I'm like, oh my goodness. And she had, like, all memorized, looking right at the camera and singing her
Wow.
heart out. I was just like,
Uh-huh.
wow, And now I have a voice student that's doing really good on that and doing a lot more of her videos and stuff out there
Mhm.
and getting more confident to actually put it on YouTube. Because there's some different platforms that if you're not confident, quite sharing
Yeah.
it on Facebook yet with all your friends what you're doing,
Well, that's
there
what I
are some
do.
other
Yes.
video platforms.
Uh-huh. Well, I just do Facebook basically. I made a page on Facebook. It's called Raindrops to Rainbows, and I don't know if I think you went in there and liked it one time. But I try to put if I find different information that other people post, then I will put it on there. And I've made a couple of things. Um, I was talking about peppermint oil earlier, and then did you know that brown recluse spiders don't like peppermint oil? and I found one on my face one day. Scared me so bad. I thought they were outside in the storage room. I didn't know they would be in the house on me. But they're not aggressive, fortunately, so it didn't bite me, and I was so thankful. But I knew I would be okay because I have my oils, and that they would, it wouldn't be as bad as it could have been. I mean, if it bit me on the face, well, anyway, the arm or something like that, you could say, well, yeah, if I have a big hole in my arm from being bitten, that's one thing, but you don't necessarily want a hole in your face. But they don't like peppermint oil, so I mixed up some peppermint oil and water, and I sprayed that chair good. I turned it upside down and vacuumed it, and then I sprayed and sprayed and sprayed all around the house, and to get rid of the spiders. I didn't realize that, and mice don't like it either. So peppermint oil is a pretty handy thing to have around. That's what
Yeah,
happened
for
to
sure.
me. Yeah. So see,
We
there's
you should
another
write
little
a big
tidbit.
blog post.
Huh?
Yeah, you should
Yeah.
write a big blog post of all what you would use each oil for, because that I did that for
Uh-huh.
like Skin So Soft, and there's like 101 uses you can use for Skin So Soft, and that's kind of like the same thing. Like, oh, I didn't know I could use
Right.
it for horses. I didn't know you could use it for spiders, and
Yes.
what
And
do you use
mice.
for ants and mice, and
Yes.
all those
Yeah.
simple little things that you didn't even
Uh-huh.
think of.
Yeah. Well, we used to have mice would come in every now and then in the through the fireplace. The what is that thing that
The
damper
draft.
on the outside that sort of lets air in and everything. So if it does, well, I mean, mice can get through anything. It seems like we have cats now as well as the dogs, so we don't have any mice anymore, thank goodness. But I did put I sprayed peppermint oil around there because I thought, oh, you get rid of you. I opened up my trash can one day and there was a mouse in there, and I thought, no, I can't handle this.
Wow, for
so
sure.
so yeah, keep that peppermint oil handy. It's good for lots of stuff.
That's cool. Just
Yeah.
how you do you just dilute it in some water and pour it on that, and how you do that?
Yes. So many drops. Like maybe a teaspoon of peppermint oil in a bottle, and you also need to put just a little bit of rubbing alcohol in there to help break the molecules down a little bit more, so that it'll spray easier and everything. But yeah, just spray it around. Get rid
Cool.
of the mice and the spiders and the fleas, because we have dogs and cats, and they get, so like I said, I use these oils for everything.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yes, I have enjoyed blogging, and I do. I have to just get up enough courage to do it and to learn. And I've learned how to put pictures in now, but I haven't really made a video. Like, I know we can do it on our camera. I mean, our iPhone. We can just make a video, sit right there with our iPhone up, and make our video and put it on the blog. And people like to see you. They like to hear you talk, as well as just seeing a picture of a brown recluse spider. So. Yeah.
That would be a fun video. You're gonna get some hits with that one. The spider, guess what I do? I got
Yeah.
peppermint oil. This is how
Oh,
you do it. You get some
yeah.
alcohol in it. Spray
Uh-huh.
the heck out of your face. No.
Absolutely. Oh, and let me tell you what, if you catch one or a black widow spider or something, and you want to show it off, like to scouts or class, or kids, neighborhood kids or whatever, well, put it in a little bottle, and put it in oh hand sanitizer. That's what the county extension agent told me. I caught the spider in a jar, and I carried it up there, and he said, that's the biggest one that I've seen. And I thought, oh, I'm so glad. I'm doubly glad he didn't bite me. Now, it wasn't the biggest one ever found, but it was a pretty good sized spider, and I thought, no, you don't need to be in my house. So that's what he said, because he has two or three on his desk, but he has them in rubbing alcohol, and that's what I would have always thought of. You put things like that in rubbing alcohol to show off to scouts and et cetera. So he said, no, the best thing to do, because everybody wants to pick it up and look at it, and what child doesn't want to go, oh yeah, Well, it breaks them apart whenever they're in the rubbing alcohol. But if you put it in the hand sanitizer, it's an alcohol base, but it's thicker, and so you can see. I told you something you didn't even know. I didn't know that until he told me. So I thought, well, I'll pass that along while I'm talking to you
That's
about the
cool.
spiders.
Yeah, because when they're getting in upper grades, like you said, the fourth or fifth grade, they have to go and explore and find either the leaves or some type of bugs. They have that
Right.
type of project that they have
Mhm.
to find, and it's good to know. My daughter loves those lightning bugs.
Oh yeah.
Those
Yeah,
are
used
fun.
to be mean to them and pinch the, no, then we don't do that. We just keep them in a jar. Oh, see my pretty ring. You don't want to do that anymore.
Wow, you are so creative, Pat.
I'm
You
sorry.
must have raised boys or crazy girls. That's fun. I know you
Hmm.
come to Pat for all these ideas, and you just keep going on from one person to the next. I just learned so much from you, Pat, and it's so much proof right there. Having that. It's just natural stuff that I wouldn't have thought to put the hand sanitizer because it is alcohol based. You're right, and
Hmm.
will keep them better. I
Hmm.
don't know.
Oh, I have to tell you this. Um, my grandson, my oldest grandson, has had a staph infection, and not only one, but he's had about five, and that's scary because they don't. Sometimes they get resistant, to the antibiotics and things, and so there are oils that kill like 96% of the staph, and so that's good to know. And you can clean. Well, it's called thieves oil. Have you ever heard of thieves oil? There's there were some
No.
thieves back in the bubonic plague days, and they would go around and rob people that had died. And in order to keep from getting the plague themselves, they mixed up this concoction of about five different oils. The police finally caught them, and they said in order to keep them out of jail, they had to tell them how they kept from getting the plague. And so there were five different oils that they mixed up, and they called it the thieves oil since the thieves were the one that came up with the concoction. But these oils, um, you can spray it around your house, and it kills. People want to take Clorox wipes and things like that to clean the counters. Well, you can use thieves, and it doesn't hurt you like the Clorox will. And of course, it's just better it's healthier for you than bleach. If you were to, when I get a sore throat, I can spray the Thieves sprays directly in my throat. It kind of burns a little bit because it's got cloves and cinnamon in it, but you know, when you eat a cinnamon candy, that burns for a little bit too, but it goes away, and that way that it kills the bacteria that he would scratch here and then scratch somewhere else and transfer the staph infection, and without realizing that he was doing that. And so yeah, that's very important, is to use the thieves oil and the thieves cleaners and things like that in your home and make your home safer and more sanitary, and get rid of that old
Right.
staph infection.
Right. And I would think those thieves were kind of going on, survival mode as well. Um,
Hmm.
it seems like when you're in that survival mode, you're learning all sorts of stuff. No matter what ailment you have, you're kind of going to survival mode and trying to figure out
Right.
a way to get out of it. And that's really neat how they came up with those five different oils to really be the same way as bleach and to really
Hmm.
disinfect
Hmm.
um, your body because you
Yes.
have to clean your body doing
Hmm.
that. There's probably a couple other ways you could use it, I would think.
Oh yeah,
Um,
there's, like you said, 101 ways to use your Skin so soft. Well, there's 101 ways to use the thieves' oil too.
I was going to ask you, one of my friends had an ear infection for her brand new baby, and it
Uh-huh.
seems like for babies, you can't use a whole lot of medicine, and there's not really a whole lot of options too, especially
Hmm.
those that are under 6 months old. And it seems
Right.
like I knew a lot of mommies that were just gravitating to these oils and say, "Oh, rub
Yes.
that lavender. Let's let you sleep tonight."
Right. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Well, it's true. I carried my oils with me to the softball games. And if a player got hit by the ball, well, I'd go over there and I'd say, well, I'm Pat Brown and I have these oils, and this lavender oil will help her not bruise so badly. That's what Dr. Courtney Bynum, the chiropractor that I go to, well, she said that because Kylie whacked herself in the leg with a softball bat one day, and we were going up there anyway. But I said, did she crack the thing, or So she said, rub lavender oil on it, and she won't bruise. And I said, okay. So I started carrying all my oils with me, and I'd walk around there and say, Dr. Courtney said that you can rub lavender oil on it, and it will. Well, they trusted Dr. Courtney, and also I would introduce myself by knowing someone else, instead of just. And I didn't mind walking up to a total stranger because I knew the child hurt, by being hit, and so I rubbed or gave it to the mother, gave it to the parent, and let them rub the oil on the wherever they were hit, and then we would take Panaway, which is for pain, and so rub that on there, or you can rub peppermint on there, and that will help also. But anyway, I gave it to one mother, and her daughter had gotten hit. Her son played baseball, and he had gotten hit too, and he had a big old bruise on his arm, and I said, well, here, gave mom the lavender oil, and she rubbed it on both of them. And she said the next time at the ball game, she said, I want to order some of that lavender. My kids slept like a log all night. So it's good. It is good to help them relax and rest. So,
Yeah, for sure.
I just wanted to help the kids. That hurts if you get hit by a ball. That's why I didn't play ball. When I was little, my daddy was throwing the ball and hit me on the head, and I said, I'm not playing anymore.
Yeah, that was tough.
So I never
Not
was
very
very
much.
much of an athlete. I was in the band. Of course, I hit myself with a
Listen.
baton, but which is just about as bad as a baseball bat.
That's worse, Pat.
Especially a fire baton.
Oh my goodness.
I just blackened my knee. I didn't catch my clothes on fire, thank goodness.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm picturing it now. That was fire. Fire, fire hand batons. Oh my goodness. So, what
But
would
you
you
can
recommend for the
go ahead.
ear infection?
Oh, well, if a baby gets it, then you can either dilute it, like put a drop of almond oil or coconut oil or olive oil in your hand, and a drop of the peppermint is good because that's for allergies and infections and all. But don't put it in the ear. You would put it on the outside of the ear and on the neck. But babies especially, you put it on their feet, and it's
Okay.
absorbed into their body because they're so tiny that you don't want to put too much on them. But yet, yeah, rub it on their feet. And even I think my youngest grandson, when he was a baby, had a real bad sore throat, and I had a pampered chef party, and the lady happened to be a Young Living essential oil distributor. And she said, "Oh, I use oils," and so she said, "Why don't we use?" And I don't remember whether it might have been thieves, and put just a little bit on the bottom of his feet, so and diffuse it in the air, and that way when you're breathing it and it gets down in your gets on your throat, makes it feel better, and it helps your sinuses. And that's what I do when we get a cold around here. I just diffuse thieves as well as, and you can take it internally. Now, all oils, you have to be real careful because all oils are not pure. And you have to read the label ingredients because the Young Living oils, and you can see how, and it says on there that it's just pure oil. Some of the others, like I bought a rose oil, and I got to looking at it later, after I found out about the Young Living, and I went and it said 5% rose oil. Well, 95% something else, you know. So you have to be careful. And if you're going, especially if you're going to take it internally to get well quicker, then you want to make sure that it's pure and that it's safe to take. And that's what Young Living oils are. They're GRAS, generally regarded as safe. But you always check out your oils, whatever brand you use, then you check it out and make sure it's pure, and before you put it in your mouth. Don't want to do that.
Right, for sure.
Yeah.
Great advice.
Mhm.
Thank you so much for sharing all those little cool tips. You're just a
Mhm.
wealth of wisdom. Like I said, you kind of look on your Pinterest wall and there's just all sorts of stuff.
Yes, I do. I look up, other people have lots of amazing things, like even making, you want to, sometimes you want your car to smell better, especially if the kids take their shoes off or something, well, there's an oil for that too. But anyway, if it gets too rank in the car, well, then you want an air freshener, and there's all kinds of chemicals in those air fresheners, and so you could just get a piece of like felt, a real heavy felt, or I've seen it with different other um, materials also, but a heavy
A good
felt
old
is good,
rag.
and just drop
Yeah.
some of your oil on there and make your car smell better. And you don't have to worry about all those chemicals in the car in the air freshener.
Yeah.
So
You
yeah,
gotta
and
get
that's
good
one.
at it.
So anyway, I get all these tips and hints, and I've started putting them on my essential oil page, and people have wonderful ideas. And I can't think of everything. I don't know everything. Do you know what? Can you see this book? This
Yeah.
is the Essential Oils Desk Reference. Do you think I know everything in here?
Right. It's
No.
like a dictionary.
So I look it up. And then there's another, a smaller one. There's a small one like the one I just held up that I have. And then there's this one too. And, it's just, if you've got uh, pH balance, Fahrenheit, I'm coming in the wrong one. Pink eye. It even tells you what to use. It tells you to look it up. Um,
I
all
have one of those
anything that's
cookbooks.
bothering you, huh?
Yeah. I have like one of
Just
those
look.
cookbooks too. It has all those little tiny recipes that reference that you can go
Yes,
for.
yes.
Um,
And this one I
something.
have not opened yet. This is called what? The Chemistry of Essential Oils. And I didn't do all that well in chemistry in high school. So you think I know all this stuff in this book? No, but it's written to where I can understand it. And mainly I got it because my son-in-law is a science major, and I thought, well, he would enjoy this book. He would. I'm gonna get him to read it and tell me about it, and then I'll just look it up, use it for a reference. Because I don't know everything in here, but it tells you how it all works. And so I know that it does. And I don't know everything by any means. And I just look it up on Pinterest, and I look it up in my reference books, and I talk to other people and find out what they've been doing. And that's what I wanted to do, was to share so that other people could learn how to use the blogging system so that they can let people share. And I'm not as good at this blogging system as you are, but I know you, and I know that you will help. And you may not have time to talk to me one on one, but you'll tell me where I can go find the information, and that's important, you know,
Yeah.
because there are um, people that make videos like and have the hangouts, and you can point me in the right direction. So
Hmm.
I appreciate
I'll give
you.
you the link and say, go put it in the blog. And then go share it.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I
And
need to do.
finally, we talked about you. You gotta go watch it now. She's so
Mm.
cool. I miss her. And Paley too. I need to get them on Hangouts. I know kids love videos, and when that first came out, Paley was just all into seeing each other, seeing her old friends and stuff, and
Yes.
the Hangouts. And it's much more powerful in than a phone call. They are engaged
Mm-hmm.
more, and when they're involved, they can see each other, see themselves, and
Right.
and that's more powerful as well too. And so I love to educate the kids on how to do this. And I think that's my passion. Our passion is in teaching. So we use the tools, don't be a tool.
Yeah.
And getting people in to see how easy this is. And
Mhm.
yes, you can do it all on your phone. Pick it
Yeah.
out and pick the mobile device and and do it all on the go. And that was
Mhm.
the amazing thing when this app first came out, that oh wow, we can just do this all from the phone now. And
Mhm.
there are some devices I think it's still not on. Like I was trying to put it on her tablet and it's not ready for the tablet quite yet. So
Oh.
I have to like on that. But one of the big things is understanding Instagram. And a lot of kids are gravitating to using Instagram, and it's
Mhm.
just about as easy as Instagram on posting your pictures, put your hashtags
Right.
or description in there, and posting it
Mhm.
up. So some people use it as often as that. So there's different
Mhm.
purposes that people want to use it for, and there's so many ideas. We just named several right tonight on
Mhm.
what we can use on our blog. And
Mhm.
the most powerful teaching tool behind the blog is all of the education that you learn, because it's all an online platform of mindset and visionary and
Yes.
so much information that you really I have a hard time telling people what it's about until they start listening to some of the education stuff they learn. And they're going, oh, this is really good stuff. And but then they explain and going, what is it? Like,
Mhm.
well, it's a lot of mindset stuff that you need to know how to make that vision, have that motivation, and
Right.
people put it in different languages, different versions of so many different ways
Mhm.
themselves. And then I had a lot of people with the different perceptions of how to use it. So I'm just going to put out, you confirm that you have a reason to get through, um, a why that you're doing it. And my why, as you know,
Yes.
is for my daughter and teaching her to be able to use this tool and platform in order for us to generate enough income to live on and help
Mhm.
other people learn all this information. And I love to be aligned with
Right.
Pat because she has the same stickability vision together, because she has a granddaughter she's raising, and she has a lot of different I guess, struggles or ailments to work through that we all do with our kids,
Mhm.
and to things that you haven't experienced before. And we always gravitate to, okay, how can I overcome this? And this platform really does help with all that, not only to connect with the right people, align with the super women, as we say, in our
Mhm.
super group, or we'll help find those resources to help you find that. And Pat's just a
Mhm.
resource herself.
I just got them from other resources. You're my resource. You're one of them.
Yes. So
Mm.
we share each other's resources back and forth,
There you
and
go.
that's the power of the team as well. You align with people that can help you going, oh, did you figure this out? And this tool helped me to do this a lot easier, a lot faster. And just
Mhm.
like I said, platform of getting on a hangout and sharing this vision with everybody
Mhm.
helps us move to new directions and stuff. There
Mhm.
was a couple of things that you were sharing that you were like your why. Not only can it kind of help people in the same situation like you as doing like a cancer that went through cancer, or all the different ailments like ADHD. I know you mentioned that, but there was, I think you said a book or a place that you really wanted to donate to that I don't remember
Oh, it
who it
might
was
have been
for.
the Legacy Brain Foundation, since my daughter has a brain tumor, malignant brain tumor, and it came back for the fifth time.
Oh my
So
goodness.
right now she's on a protocol of mega vitamins and detox, and so that's very important too to get all that out. And they help people because you spend a lot of money sometimes on the different things that you have to do, different medications that you may have to buy or whatever, because insurance doesn't pay for all of it. Some insurance may, but everybody's insurance doesn't pay for all 100% of it. And so they give out scholarships to help people pay their bills. And sometimes people have to take their money from savings or from that they were using to go to school, to college. They have to spend that money on pharmacy, on chemicals. Well, chemo is what I'm trying to say, instead. And so they help them go back to school. They give them scholarships to help them go back to school and things like that. So I think that's an important thing. We went down there. I went on a walk, and it's Head for the Cure. It's where they raised money to help people. Well, I didn't walk in the 2 or 3 weeks that should have. I didn't keep up my walking. You and I walked around the park and got drenched one time. But anyway, we did some walking, and I felt better when I walked. And I should have walked before I went down there because my shins were sore after I got through walking. Luckily, I had some deep relief oil, and I rubbed it on there, and that helped. But they raise money to help others. And so I really enjoyed going down there and doing that. And so, and one thing about this Young Living Company, they help people also. They help build hospitals, schools. They help build schools in Ecuador and other countries, and they give they give people. I mean, when you have oils and someone is sick, and you know that you can rub a peppermint oil on there and make their headache go away, then you're going to do it. Like you rub the lavender on there to help the hurt go away and the bruise. So they help others also. They raise money and help children in other countries and even here in the United States. I mean, that's just because you're a giving community. That's what we do. We're people who God wants us to love each other. He wants us to love Him as He loves us, and He wants us to love each other and help each other. And to me, that's just part of what this, the blogging system. I know that we raised money for the Boston, when they had that bombing in Boston, and y'all give money, y'all raise money and help others all the time. And so that's one thing that I like about the oils as well, the company, the Young Living Company, is because they're so giving and they help others just like you do.
That's right. And sometimes, like you said, I really don't know all of what they're doing to help people, because some people, I remember in the Bible, some people really extruate and show off what they are giving to, and some just kind of keep it secret, and
Hmm.
because they don't want to show off that they
Right.
give sometimes. And I respect both, but I think you want to educate people of where they can give if they are able to or willing to, and
Hmm.
have that available um,
Yes.
in front of
Hmm.
people. And that's why I guess I put it in the power of confirming a vision, because you want to know what it is. And so you have that vision going, I really like what they're doing, and I know it's available that I can give to that foundation or that cause that they're doing,
Hmm.
and have that in their mind, even though if you can't right now, that you're a driven, you have that vision that you're going to confirm that you like that, you're going to work to strive to do that, and
Hmm.
know the resources that you have, that where it's available, that you can say when you're ready to give more, people are ready to jump on and know where to go. And I
Hmm.
think that's powerful to share what the company does, and the places you can go to give, in that way. And I think a lot of people don't share that enough to know where to go when they see those good causes that we're doing, and the people you help. I went to the Leader Cast, and they always have a place where they are helping an organization, and they helped entrepreneurs start up in those third world countries,
Mhm.
of different service entrepreneurs, like selling stuff. It was a lot of stores and selling clothes and
Mhm.
shoes and even animals and that type of thing.
Yeah.
And they knew that just that $50 gift donation would help several of them start up their own entrepreneur business in that faction. And so they had pretty much that whole event was sharing how people can help other entrepreneurs get started. And I think that's powerful to put that on a blog post and share that, oh, I like that, or share what they are doing. Even though you know it's not going to profit you at all, people will
Right.
come back to you as a resource that you knew that people they were doing that. And I
Mhm.
think that's a different way to look at things, that you are confirming their vision. You recommended that you liked what they're doing, even though it's not going to profit you at all as well. You know, you share that as a gift to give to them. That's what you can do in a help. So even if you can't, I think physically or but contribution wise donate to the cause, I think it's also helpful to share the cause that they're doing so
Mhm.
that you know within your influential reach or whoever come visit your blog, right, and
Mhm.
sees that you recommend them is also powerful. So that's why I also wanted to come out with you, Pat, and share those causes that you're a part of, because I love that, and that vision that you have, that you want to help so many more that gone through that same struggles that you guys have gone through. I can't imagine, you know, brain surgery and all the painful struggles that she's gone through 5 times, my goodness, and
Mhm.
wanting it to be over with, God,
Yeah.
and get through that. So keep me posted. I'm always, you know, what else can we do? And just sharing that, just little parts right there, knowing that where you can give or know that this donation or this service is going to help you. I also found a couple of guys in Nashville that said that they help organizations of get started,
Mhm.
and I was wondering what the price point was in having your own type of organizations that you can start up, because so many people are passionate about helping others, going, how many is it just kind of a donation where you help people, where you have to come up with a whole organization? Because my sister was like, you can't just help schools and give them $1,000 to help start this curriculum. You have to like go under paper and put it as an organization and stuff. And they said anything really over $500, you have to go through all this paperwork and stuff. So
Oh.
it's almost that you align yourself with one that's a little bigger, moving toward like $10,000, that will have
Mhm.
employees to be able to work the organization
Mhm.
properly and have that kind of backing of a board or whatever they need to make it roll a little more confirming in there. And I know there's
Mhm.
just so many organizations out there helping people,
Mhm.
and this blogging platform is perfect for a lot of organizations to get out there, get their feet and roll on there. So we're here to help them,
Yeah.
show that this platform is so helpful on
Right.
sharing that we
Mhm.
can do so much to it. There's so many options. You just keep
Yeah.
rolling out all the ideas. It's like
Yeah.
your imagination is unlimited. It's amazing.
Mhm.
Love that. So there's some special things when you get inside my team. I'm about to put inside the blog that I went to the New Orleans event, and there's this one of the mentors went around the pizza table, and we just shared some really neat tools or ideas of what we can do to share the word even more. And it was very powerful on what some of them were coming up with on how to use Google. I mean, it's simple stuff, a
Uh-huh.
little bit of paid ads. And so this is very, um, I want to say, I don't know what the price point of it, but I'm not sharing it out in the public. They're going to be on
Yeah.
my team to share it. So I'm just about to release
Mhm.
that. So log back in tomorrow, Pat, and I'll have that ready for you.
Okay.
Ones that were on the pizza table going, I don't know if I trust to share this with everybody. Just those at the pizza table can get this
Yeah.
information. Because I was the only
Yeah.
one recording it. I was what? Y'all better be taking notes. And that's what events is all about, getting to events and sharing those little tiny secrets that you find from little a bit of everybody that you can't watch all their videos or everything that's going on. So it's good to
Mhm.
have those little tips that you pick up from the events. And the next one is in Charlotte, and at the end of the month. So we're here to help. My goal is to try to get 10 people there, and I know they're working towards at least 2,000 in the place, and it's going to be packed. I think they said only 1,200 people are going to fit in the room. I said, you're going to have to get another room and
Oh,
broadcast this
wow.
thing.
Uh-huh.
I'm kind of nervous about, what's going to happen right here and
Mhm.
trying to get there, period. I'm still
Wow.
got the plane ticket, and if I can figure that out, it's confirmed. So just
Mhm.
all these little details to get there. I
Yeah.
didn't know if you wanted to share if you were planning on going or not, or what's
Probably
your
won't be
goals?
able to. I'll just have to
Okay.
check in with you later.
Yeah, it's a lot. These regional events um, were a lot, once per month, and he said they're not going to do that again. They're all going to be national, and so the next one's not going to
Oh.
be till October, when they
Ah.
usually have a good time. So be watching for the dates to plan for
Okay.
the major ones on that one. And then they're
Mhm.
going to be every 3 months because that is so much more easier, I think, for everybody's
Mhm.
budget as well as time.
Right.
We all have to
Uh-huh.
plan those events around family and
Mhm.
everything else, life going on, because we got them all in school and they got all these sports,
Right.
life
Mhm.
events going on. So
Yeah.
we got to plan all our vacations kind of around these events and figuring out when to connect. Because I think the events are so powerful to see people
Oh, yeah.
coming in from Hong Kong, Australia, and Spain, um,
Mhm. In
all over the
India.
world.
Yeah.
India,
Mhm.
Mexico. It's really amazing to meet
Mhm.
people all over the world
In
and to
Australia.
meet yes, unique people all over,
Mhm.
and all these different languages because this is in like 5 languages. I've gotten some people to comment on my YouTube Hangouts, Google, in different languages, and it says translation. I'm like, I can't translate.
Oh, wow. Uh-huh. Mm.
We're gonna have to figure out captions on my Hangouts.
Mhm.
Wow, translate fast. And
Mm.
I'm thankful I do have, I think Rosa probably can speak a little bit of Spanish, and I got a new member in that probably is bilingual that can help some of the Hispanic crowd or something out there. And
Mhm.
so that's
Right.
really powerful when you're able to have
Yeah.
those different platforms and reach people in different ways.
Mhm.
Just whatever floats your boat and
Mhm.
share whatever you love. Just
Mhm.
flow, right?
Yeah.
So we'll keep you a rundown on the events, and I'll try to get that pizza story.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, there's simple little ways that you find these simple little tricks, like going, dang, I could probably do that to Pinterest, or
Mhm.
add that to my Google Hangouts, and I do that. So, like you
Mhm.
said, you're always learning and always learning from each other.
Right.
And I'm so thankful you
Mhm.
came out here. Is there any last tips or anything you want to share before we end it?
No, I just appreciate the everything that you're doing and your good leadership. I know you help people every way that you can.
Oh, you do too, Pat. I am so thankful you came out and shared your wisdom here. I'm so honored that you came out because we haven't spoken in probably almost a year, and I was
Mhm.
like, is she gonna come out or is she gonna do anything? Are you gonna even talk to me? I don't know. So I was like,
I'm
I'm
just a little
here.
scatterbrained. I don't have all this technical stuff down yet, so I didn't know how to get
Oh,
it on. You had to get me
go
on.
outside. If you can't figure it out, go tell someone else to it. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
You learn what you want to learn and then go say, oh, you go do it. This is what I want done.
There you go.
This is the power of being the business owner.
Mhm.
We can make things happen. That's the whole point that we said in the whole hangout, the power of confirming a vision. If we want to do it, we go after it. And if we can't figure out how, we can tell someone else to figure out how because that's what we want done. And you
Right.
can see that in so many visionary businesses that will confirm this is what I want done. I don't care how it's going to be done, it's going to be done. And they will
Mhm.
find so many people to help them get to where they go because they've confirmed a vision that they're going to get people at the next event. They're going to, help people in that organization. No matter what vision you've confirmed, it's going to happen.
Mhm.
And believe it and stay firm on it because Pat's
Mhm.
firm on, just keep on learning. And I love that passion and fire that she
Mhm.
has in her to share that with us. So I'll end the hangout, and I appreciate all the viewers we had to listen to our wisdom and hear us rant about fun things.
Yeah.
And to keep them believing to confirm their vision. Thanks, guys, for coming. Bye now.
Bye.